Welcome to Oldsmob 455. Now we got another project. It's like an 81 Ford F350 with a dump truck. It's been sitting in a farmer's field for 20 years and it's all rusty. So I'm just blowing the rust free, dirt and rust. And then after that, I'll get a pressure washer and blow that out. But you can see they put another bed liner over the top of the other one. We'll have to cut this off. We got cab corners, there's floor pans. You know, this is all rusted out. But for working on the farm, then you can just throw stuff in the back, and then when we go to the junkyard, you just dump it. It'll save time. It's a really strong, we were talking about this before, when you got dually wheels and you got a dump box, it's got to be an axle tube that's thick enough to withstand the weight, and that's a Dana 60. That's the strongest one you can get for a 1-ton truck. After that, then you go into like semi-truck rear axles, 2.5 tons. That's where you have an outside bearing, and you got inside bearing, and then it distributes the weight easier than just being on one bearing.
Right, they call it a full floating axle. You could have a box full of traffic bond and then tilt the box and fill up your wheelbarrow, and the gate will open up this way, or you can dump a load the other way.
I'm not a Ford guy, and this is a 351M. It's got a 2-barrel, and he says he drove it. He said it wasn't really overpowered.
No, I think it's pretty tired. I had actually used this truck to excavate for my garage 20 years ago. But it's got a big cylinder head on it.
Didn't you say this was based on the same old FE platform, like a 390?
Yeah, I think it has the same bell housing as a 460. I forget all the details on it. But I know you can't just swap out a 460 with this, something with the depth of the...
So this is just two-wheel drive?
Two-wheel drive,
But yeah. It's got a transmission that's got a power takeoff to lift a hydraulic?
Yeah, we can take a look at that. So here's a transmission, and out of it comes that shaft. That's called the power takeoff. This whole assembly bolted onto the side of it. When I had first gotten this truck, this valve body was leaking bad, and we had this spool polished and then a new seal put in, and it cured that problem. Here's the sweet interior. So you got one lever that engages the PTO, and then another one that operates the valve body to lift and lower the box. Inside this fine machine is the cheapest radio you'll ever find. So we got a temp gauge, and it's got some factory gauges.
Plan is to just get this thing, you know, with cab corners, rockers, and then floor pans, and just scrape the rest of it and just paint it. And I was thinking of orange, and then everything black that was, you know, dull chrome. We'll just scuff it a little and have everything blacked out, and then we'll make it look like there's a sign on here. It'll look like a public works truck. So then they'll, you know, the cops will hassle with you less. So normally with this situation, you got this gas tank that's protected. It's on the inside, and then there's no place for dual exhaust. So this thing isn't very powerful. We were just thinking of cutting off the exhaust after the manifolds and running dual exhaust, and then we'll put a gas tank out here where it's vulnerable, and then it'll be easier. This is really a pain in the butt trying to get gas in here. This box is down, you're at a goofy angle, and it spits back at you. I didn't have the gas nozzle right here. We have manual transmission, and like right now I got a block of wood under here, and you want to be doing all this lifting and stuff. You don't want to be rolling back. It's a pain in the butt with your feet trying to hold the brake and stuff. So we want to get this emergency brake working, we can set that and then put it in neutral and then operate the dump box and put it back in gear and drag stuff out. But basically, we want to just get that barn that we're still working on the foundation and get all the crap out of there and just be taking stuff to the dump.
Yeah, it's really been sucking up a lot of our time, so we haven't been putting much up for videos lately.
So now you'll see the reason why we went all the way to El Paso to get a decent truck that's a diesel, 1 ton. We can haul this heavy trailer, and then we can haul heavy equipment, and it rode like it was on glass until, you know, you'd hit a bump and then you could feel it. You start getting used to the buttons and then you'd let off and it would engine brake to slow down, and had the electric brakes working on here. So it went down the road perfectly fine. So once we have this truck, there won't be any need for the other junky trucks at the other place. We want to eliminate projects because we're just getting carried away with too many and not getting anything done.